Oladunde Ario, a security expert, joins us now in the studio for more on this. Thank you so much for joining us on Network Africa.
Good afternoon.
So this is no longer new news, basically. We're yet to recover all the Chibok girls. Leah Sharibu is still in captivity. The Kagara boys have not been free. Now we have the ZAMFARA kidnapping. You know, what does this recurrent school kidnapping say about Nigeria's intelligence gathering?
Wow. Thank you very much. All of these things began with Boko Haram. And then it was a storm in a teacup, which should have been contained. But we were careless in dealing with Boko Haram. And before you know, other species now came up. Because I look at all of them, either you call them terrorists, kidnappers, bandits or hoodlums, they're all criminals. Now, this now emerged. But the painful part of this is the fact that it has now become a business. Because the moment they start negotiating and getting paid, they get emboldened, they get empowered financially, and they're able to acquire more sophisticated weapons, making their business a lot easier. Now, knowing the way the entire northern hemisphere is now, one would have expected intelligence to have been a lot top-notch, whereby they should be able to preempt any intention or any act that criminals are trying to perpetrate. But what do we have? Security was sleeping. It should not have happened, because knowing that it has happened in Dapchi, in Chibok, in Gamburu Igala, in Kankara, of course, the other one still there, the boys in Niger State, they're still in captivity. So the question now is, why is our intelligence behaving like a child's play? Because all of this is about them. Whatever security game plan you want to put in place, it must be planned on intelligence. And whatever issue will take them, I should think that at this point, they should have been able to get their games right. What do we tell the world about our security? We are made to look like we don't know what we're doing. And the earlier we get it right, the better. If they have to buy the confidence of the natives, okay, who are more on ground, they should be able to do that. But unfortunately, there's been a huge disconnect between the natives and security. And this is what we're seeing.
Just to pick up on something that you said earlier about the ransom and it becoming a business. You know, the federal government has denied paying ransom to these kidnappers. But there are fears that, you know, this is new lucrative business in Nigeria. If not, though, why is it so difficult to stop this heartbreaking trend, would you say?
Now, I don't want to trade words with federal government. But we were here when the Kankara boys were kidnapped. And it was publicly declared that they paid 800 million naira. 4 weeks later, the man behind that operation, renounced terrorism, came out boldly and he said he was paid 30 million naira. Where there is sanity, somebody should be asking questions as to the whereabouts of the 770 missing million naira. So how do we now believe that ransoms are not being paid? Especially with the involvement of maybe Sheikh Gumi, whose whole idea is that, oh, those bandits are not criminals, echoing the words of the governor of ZAMFARA State, and that they have a reason for doing what they're doing, and that they need to be settled. These are things publicly stated, publicly said, and I don't understand why there's denial.
Yeah, leading on to that as well, there have been certain calls from some quarters to dialogue with this so-called bandits. What's your take on that?
I'm not against dialogue. If we are dialoguing, from what I read, perhaps if they are saying we are deprived of education, accommodation, or other developmental indices or goals that are sustainable, I won't mind government setting up homes and hospitals and whatever for them. But when it comes to exchanging cash for victims, I don't think I want to buy that. Because at the end of the day, if they did this and were able to get paid so handsomely, of course, the next time around, they will become bolder and it will continue. So it becomes a vicious cycle that cannot be stopped. I will not stop anytime from now. Because it cuts across the entire nation now.
So what's the way forward?
That's a big
What's
one.
the solution here?
Yeah, because I still think more than what the President said yesterday, it still need to come a little bit more with what do I call it, forceful statement now, letting everybody, because the whole idea that, oh, it's ethnic shaming, it doesn't gel. The truth is, ask anybody who has been kidnapped from Lagos to Kaduna to everywhere, they always say they are a particular tribe in Nigeria. So, and I would have expected him to address the tribe, okay, because he is one, and then it's not going to help his own image being so maligned to start from. And I think if he gives a firm order, oh, definitely there must be a stoppage. Yeah. In any case, ZAMFARA and Kaduna, perhaps maybe Niger now, should have been under state of emergency, demanding affirmative and very regular and intense military action.
All right, then, security expert, Mr. Oladunde Aderoyo, it's always a pleasure having you on Network Africa. Thank you for your thoughts and analysis.